Hello, 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 gamers. What is good? Hello. Hope everyone's doing alright. Thanks everyone so much for hanging out here today. Today I'm gonna be talking about specifically, mostly, let's just be honest, this is a Volcarona V deck. I got the idea of this because of specifically do you guys remember, like, I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks ago where I made a Basket Legion deck, a Hisuian Basket Legion deck that like did damage based on how much basic energy there was in a discard pile and then shuffled it back into the deck. And I mentioned that you could also technically make this deck with Volcarona V. And I did that. You can see it right here. I made the deck with Volcarona V. A few upsides and downsides versus like between Volcarona V and Basket Legion. Like Basket Legion is a stage 1 Pokemon, which is very unfortunate. But Volcarona V is a 2-prizer. So I did adjust the deck accordingly and did not make a one-to-one copy of this list specifically. It is going to feature a lot of similar concepts, but the counts are going to be different. There's definitely different cards in here. I would say this approach is a lot more aggressive and less centered around trying to cycle your Basket Legions over and over and over. This is a really, really aggressive list that wants to win the game in 2 or 3 hits, if possible. 2 if you're playing against VMAXs or Megas, the new Megas. 3 if you're just playing against dual prizes. If this deck is up against a single prize deck, you're cooked. I just want to say that. Not necessarily cooked, but you know what? Let's just get into it, shall we? Let's just get into what the list actually entails, what the Volcarona V actually does. So, star of the show is Volcarona V. We are running 4 copies of this. Ooh, that's a spoiler alert. Well, not really, but still. So, Volcarona V, what does the card do? It's a basic Fire-type Pokemon with 210 HP, 2 retreat cost, a weakness to water, no resistance. That all doesn't really matter. The second attack of this Pokemon doesn't matter either. It's just the first attack that matters here. It's Surging Flames for 1 fire energy, you do 20 damage. But this attack does 20 more damage for each basic energy card in your discard pile. And then you shuffle those energy cards back into your deck. So it's a similar attack to Basket Legion, with a few key differences. Basket Legion's attack was free rather than for 1 fire or 1 water. The Basket Legion's attack just did 20 for each basic energy in the discard pile. Whereas Volcarona V does 20 plus 20 for each energy in the discard pile. So this does 20 more damage always. And the whole reason we put 4 Volcarona V in this deck is because we want to discard as many fire energies as possible during a given game with this deck. Now you might be wondering, Noah, how many fire energies are we actually running in the deck? It's a really good question. Should we count together? I mean, I know the count, but this is a lot of them, isn't it? So let's count together, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 basic fire energy in this deck. It's a lot of energy. So at maximum, you can hit for 360 damage, because 1 fire has to be attached to the Volcarona to do this attack, of course. 360 damage practically KOs anything in this format, because Megas, the 3-prize Megas are not here yet. The highest HP Pokemon is 340 HP. So if there's a 340 HP Pokemon that resists fire, sure, that lives. Whatever. Who cares? Nobody runs that mon, probably. Let's be real. And you might be wondering, like, Noah, okay, you're gonna need a lot of ways to discard and find these fire energies. And you would be right. I would say like about half of this deck is geared, maybe even like more than half of this. Like I would say like this portion of the deck is just for discarding the fire energies and finding the fire energies. So let's go through it, shall we? Hello Ducky, welcome in. Thank you for claiming daily and spicy nuggy. Appreciate it. So, yeah, 4 Volcarona V, 18 basic fire energy. How are we going to get all these fire energies into the discard to make Surging Flames go Oonga Boonga? Hello Nicolas, welcome in. Thank you for claiming Daily Dedenne-GX. I would say the most important card to make this deck function is Fiery Flint. There's 4 copies of Fiery Flint in this deck. For anyone that's unfamiliar with this card, it's an item card that can only be played if you discard 2 other cards from your hand. But if you do, you search your deck for 4 Fire Energy cards and put them into your hand. So you can use this to discard Fire Energy and to find Fire Energy. The latter is more important in this case. But this card is incredibly important to find aggressive Fire discards plays. Incredibly importante. Muy importante. Fiery Flint is the GOAT. Truly. You'll be my new background noise for TFT. Hell yeah. Enjoy TFT. So, Fiery Flint is technically the only card that we have that can search for Fire Energy specifically. But we have a lot of ways to draw a lot of cards in this deck and to discard a lot of cards in this deck. So okay, let's go through it. Because the next thing I want to talk about that I put in this list is a tree line of Blitzle Zebstrika. This is the Surging Sparks Blitzle just because it has 70 HP and 1 retreat cost. This Blitzle doesn't really matter. The only way this Blitzle matters is because it evolves to this Zebstrika. With the Sprint ability, once during your turn before your attack, you may discard your hand and draw 4 cards. We have a tree line of this, so discarding your whole hand and then drawing 4 on top of that is really, really good for this deck specifically, because if we accumulate a lot of Fire Energy in our hand, we can just plop them all in the discard pile and see 4 extra cards, which might allow us to then also sprint those away. Yeah. Zebstrika is incredibly powerful for this specific deck. There's more cards that do a similar thing, discarding our hand and drawing a number of cards. For example, we got 4 copies of the iconic Professor Research. You can only play 1 supporter during your turn, but if we choose to play this one, we discard our hand and draw 7 cards. Really good cards, of course. I think no one doubts that this is still like one of the best cards in format. Unironically, not for every deck, it's mostly for aggressive decks specifically. But this is like the best aggressive draw supporter there is. It's been reprinted to hell and back, but I think this is even going to get reprinted in Mega Evolution, so we're going to see 3 more years of research, which I'm completely fine with. I don't mind this at all. I don't mind this kind of effect at all. Not at all. Some more cards that discard our hand and draw cards. We will run one version of Squawkabilly EX. It's a basic Pokemon with the ability Squawk and Seize once during your turn. Once during your first turn, sorry. You may discard your hand and draw 6 cards, but unfortunately you can't use more than 1 Squawk and Seize ability during your turn. So we only run 1 copy of this. Is that Zebstrika in Standards? No. No, this Zebstrika is, I think it's from Lost Thunder. It's from somewhere in Sun and Moon era. I'm unsure. The Blitzle is in Standard. This is the Surging Sparks Blitzle. I actually didn't check if the Black and White Blitzle is better for this, but I like Surging Sparks Blitzle for this because it has add-on for 1 colorless you can draw cards. But no, the Zebstrika is not in Standard. But another card that discards cards and draws cards for us is Dedenne-GX, which is also a basic Pokemon with the ability Dedenne Change. Another ability we can't use more than 1 of during our turn, but when we play this Pokemon from our hand onto the bench during our turn, we may discard our hand and draw 6 cards. Sounds awfully familiar. Squawkabilly kind of does the same thing, but we can activate this whenever we want, but it has to be when we play it exactly, and not whenever we want during our first turn. It's only because collect, right? Yeah, and because it has 70 HP, 1 retreat costs. I don't know if there's any other Blitzles with 70 HP, 1 retreat costs, but this is the only one that I could find. But to be fair, I made this deck before Black Bolt White Flare got the reveal season, so the Blitzle in Black Bolt and White Flare might be better for this. I'm unsure what that Blitzle exactly says, but it might be better. Some more cards that discard cards from our hand. We run 2 copies of Grant. We're never gonna play this supporter. I'll just say to you, the first effect of Grant is completely useless, because that says that during this turn, our fighting types Pokemon our fighting Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to the opponent's active, which is like kind of like a premium power pro. Doesn't really matter. It's kind of crazy that Grant kind of got power grabbed by Premium Power Pro. But anyway, the second effect is not on Premium Power Pro, of course, which is during our turn, if this Grant is in your discard pile, you may discard 2 cards except any Grant from your hand. And if you do, you put Grant into your hand. So this can act as like an extra card inside our hand that just discards 2 other cards, which is not bad. So if this is in a discard pile, we can use it to discard 2 cards, use another card to discard this, and then use the effect again to discard 2 cards again. It's a pretty interesting effect that might not come up very often, but Grant is not a supporter to be played, but it's very a supporter to be abused, kind of, for this instance. It's not good. Blitzle is 60 HP and hits 10 for 1 colorless. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. I mean, 10 for 1 colorless is not terrible, but like the 60 HP really matters, especially in a format with Regidrago. Alright, some more cards that discards specifically Fire Energy. In this case, we have our stadiums. 2 counts of Scorched Earth, which discards fire or fighting energy from our hand to draw 2 cards once per turn. We also have Heat Factory Prism Star, which does kind of the same, discards a fire energy to draw 3 cards, but it is a Prism Star card, so we can only run 1 of them. But this Prism Star Stadium is unaffected by effective items and supporter cards, which is nice. So it can only be discarded by either attacks or Stadium Bump, which makes Heat Factory a really nice inclusion in this deck. It's a little sticky. So more cards that discard energy cards. 1 copy of Radiant Greninja with the ability Concealed Cards, which allows us to discard an energy card from our hand to draw 2 cards. Where have we read that before? That's literally Scorched Earth, but this works for any energy, which is crazy. And also 1 copy of Volcanion-EX. Ooh, I love this card. It's a dual fire-water type Pokemon with the ability Steam Up. Once during your turn, you may discard a fire energy from your hand, and if you do, during this turn, your basic fire Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if you use Steam Up, you can discard a fire energy, but also give an extra boost to Volcarona V's attack, which is really, really nice. Now the rest of the cards are mostly here for consistency and to fill some holes. Let's just say that. So I don't think this should come as a surprise for any aggressive expanded deck ever. We run 4 copies of Quick Ball and 4 copies of Ultra Ball. Quick Ball discards a card from our hand to find a basic Pokemon to put in our hand, and Ultra Ball is the same, but discards 2 cards from our hands and allows us to grab any Pokemon. This should not come as a surprise. Like, Quick Ball is already like the most played card in Expanded, I think. And it just slots in so nicely into this list as well. So I figured it's kind of like an auto 4 of. So some notable cards that are not in this deck are Battle Compressor and Trainer's Mill, because I thought they were taking up too much space for aggressive draw specifically. Unfortunately, Volcanion also doesn't really do the aggressive draw thing, but for this combo specifically, we don't necessarily need to discard cards from deck to fin. Because we draw so many cards from our deck already, we kind of need more aggressive draw specifically, and not deck finning. Deck finning is not going to help us. But on that note though, it's going to help us, like, not with 4 Compressor. It's going to help us a little bit. I chose to include Brilliant Blender, which is an excellent card for early game if we need to hit some key KOs. This card is kind of useless in late game, because in late game we probably have an empty deck, or a deck with just 18 fire energies or 17 or whatever. And then Brilliant Blender becomes useless because we can use the whole double Zebstrika combo with probably some other things on boards to just draw our whole deck and discard everything. But nonetheless, Brilliant Blender is really, really nice to help fin. And, for example, discard Squawkabilly if it's turn 2, if we haven't found it, stuff like that. We run 1 copy of Mew, which has the ability to use any attack of any basic Pokemon in play, any of my basic Pokemon in play. So this can copy Volcarona V Surging Flames, which is nice if we want to attack with a single prizer. especially nice in like aggressive price trades where we are behind in prices. Kind of forces them to always have Gust, which is kind of annoying for some decks, and not for Regidrago, because they have fucking Ursa Seekers out the wazoo. But Mew forces Gust, so that's really, really nice. We got a lot of basic Pokemon in this list, so I run 2 copies of Hisuian Heavy Ball to allow us to look at our face-down prizes and swap this card with a basic Pokemon we find in there if we play this. This is really nice if we really like more Volcarona Vs or like more of any specific basic Pokemon that we might have priced. I can imagine Mew being important to grab from there, or Radiant Greninja, or Volcanion-EX, or maybe like the 3rd Blitzle or the 4th Volcarona. Anything, honestly. We got 1 copy of Guzma for our switching purposes, but also our Gust purposes. This switches one of our opponent's bench Pokemon with the active, and also we get the switch on top of this. Really powerful, especially for some Gust stalling. We also have Escape Rope for a similar reason. If we lead with like a not Volcarona or Mew, we don't have to attach Retreat for turn. We can just use either Escape Rope or Guzma to get that out of there. And the 60th card in the deck is 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher, just to recover some Pokemon in case we need it. Very flexible Pokemon recovery card, allows us to either put a Pokemon from our discard pile into our hand, or 3 Pokemon from our discard pile into the deck. This is the 60 cards. Any specific questions about these 60? Now is the chance. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Whilst I take a sip of water. You should definitely hydrate, by the way. It's really warm weather today. I love water, man. Water is so good. It seems that there are no questions. You know what that means? We're gonna shuffle this up. We're gonna play a few games with this, see how it actually functions in the wilds. We should be shuffling very, very carefully though, because all the cards are sorted right now, which is really, really unfortunate. But it is what it is. Wow. All the fire energies are grouped. I mean, that's gonna happen a lot more today, so yeah, I'm not surprised that we're gonna have to shuffle a lot today, probably. This deck has so much deck search, so much draw, so much discards, that we might have to shuffle this deck a lot today. I think the games can be pretty fast with this as well, but decision making can sometimes be a little difficult. I'm gonna try price checking for myself once again. What's the energy count? It's 18 basic fire energy. 18 of them. I was considering 19 to potentially like KO the 360 Pokemon. 360 HP Megas that are coming in the next set without Volcanion-EX, but at that point I'm just like, yeah bro, just use Volcanion-EX, it's fine. With Volcanion-EX you can hit 390. If you hit with Volcarona V specifically. I think 390 is more than enough. Especially, I don't think a lot of Pokemon have fire resistance specifically, so a lot of high HP Pokemon that is. I don't think I can think of a Pokemon that can live 390 fire energy, just point blank, other than specifically the Doxbun from Scarlet Violet base, because it has an ability that makes it immune to damage from fire moves. So yeah, the Doxbun gets to live. The dog gets to live, but because we don't run Canceling Clone. But who the fuck runs that dog? Like, come on, no one does, right? Right? Surely. I'm gonna try my best to play this deck as slowly as possible, just to consider all the avenues that we can take to make the plays that are as optimal as possible. I'll first go ahead and open my dice box to once again free my ability markers. There are actually no GX and V-Star GX attacks or V-Star powers that we can use in this game, or with this deck specifically, because I didn't include Forest Seal Stone, but that's fine. it makes our board a lot cleaner. I'm gonna flip a coin, or I'm gonna roll a die to see if we're gonna play this game going first or second. Let's say heads is first, tails is second, and it is tails, so we're going second. And it does actually matter to know if you're going first or second in this matchup. Because if you're going first, you can go get it for like a slow setup, and start like benching triple Blitzle. But if you're going second, you kind of have to grab a KO turn 1. If that's ideally the idea. Hey, hello there, Sam. Hope you're doing well. How's it been? Alright, so going second, let's draw 7 cards. There we go. You know, I have the grim feeling that this is gonna be a mulligan hand. Let's see. It's actually not a mulligan hand. It's actually not a terrible hand. Going second, getting to get Volcarona V inactive is actually not bad at all. I'm not sure if we want to bench a Squawk yet. It's probably a yes if we're going second, but you never know. So I'm gonna hold him for now. It's unfortunate that we have Guzma in hand, but it might allow us to do some Mew shenanigans this turn. Anyway, let's flip over to Volcarona V and draw a card for turn, and we're definitely gonna play the Scorched Earth here. And I think the best bet is to Fiery Flint away the Guzma. See, the thing is, if I discard Guzma here, I can never play that card again, because I don't run VS Seekers. So the question is, we definitely have to Fiery Flint first, but the question is, what do we discard from Fiery Flint other than this basic Fire Energy? Do we discard Quick Ball? Or do we discard Rescue Stretcher? I'm unsure. Going fine, just putting 90% of everything you own into boxes? Hell yeah. What does Volcarona do? So Surging Flames for 1 Fire Energy does 20 damage, plus 20 more damage for each basic energy in your discard pile, and then shuffles those energy cards back into your deck. It's similar to the Basket Legion I featured the other day. But this build is a little more aggressive because this is a 2-prize basic Pokemon rather than a stage 1 single prizer. I think I'm gonna discard Squawkabilly here. I can always use Rescue Stretcher to get Squawkabilly back if needs be from this hand. Yeah, it's upstream, but better because you do 20 more damage. Okay, so let's first grab 4 Fire Energies from the deck. And then let's price check. I'm gonna check the Pokemon first. Got all the Zebstrikas. Got all the Blitzles. I think I priced Mew, is that correct? No, Mew is here. I don't think I priced any Pokemon specifically. You know what? I just realized how cringe price checking is. Is it basic fire or any energy? It's any basic energy. I'm not gonna price check. I just realized how cringe price checking is, so let's actually open the prizes. Okay, so we price 3 Fire Energy, a Grant, a Research, and 1 Volcarona. Okay, so Heavy Ball is not used. Anyway, let's add 4 Fire Energy from our hands, or to our hand with the Fiery Flint. I'm definitely gonna Quick Ball away 1 Fire Energy here. I think it's important, since we're going second, to develop a Radiant Greninja here. I think Radiant Greninja is kind of important here. Man, Fire type energy Surge is carrying so hard. Hell yeah, it is. It's carrying really hard. But before I rip the Squawkabilly or any potential other cards here, I do want to use my Scorched Earth and Concealed cards. Alright. Let's use Concealed cards first. Discard this Fire Energy and draw 2 cards. We draw another Quick Ball, which is really nice. This allows us to grab Mew. Do we want to grab Mew here? Because honestly, Mew into Guzma's things is not bad, because it allows us to push a 1-prizer. And then also probably KO a 1-prizer off the bench. They're moving tomorrow. Oh shit! Bro's moving! Bro's schmoving! Hell yeah! Are you moving to like a studio apartment from your like parents' home, or what's the sitch? Tell us all the deeds. Damn, I'm sounding like a boomer using the word sitch and deeds. So crazy. But it's in general, it's better to quick ball before doing the random draw so that we don't random draw. Since there's only one copy of this in the deck, it increases the odds that we random draw into like a Blitzle or something. It's a little risky to discard this last Fire Energy that I have in hand. So I'm not going to. What I'll do is I'll play Guzma to boss up a little guy from them. I'll attach the basic Fire Energy here, and I'll use Rescue Stretcher. There's currently 4 Fire Energy in the discard pile. I want to get a little bit more. No guarantee that their little guy is less than 80 HP. So I'm gonna Rescue Stretcher the Squawkabilly, and let's go for a Squawk and Seize, discarding this Zebstrika. I did just burn my recovery card for Zebstrika, or for Squawkabilly, but that's okay. I just drew into 2 of the 2 other stadiums. This is crazy. That's so cringe. You're moving into your dorm, hell yeah. Since you're a nene baby that isn't even done with college yet. Gotcha. Alright, how important is it? We run 2 Hisuian Heavy Ball. How important is it that we get the Volcarona V from the prizes now? It's not that important. I think I'm willing to Fiery Flint away the basic Fire Energy and the Hisuian Heavy Ball. To grab 4 more Fire Energies from the deck. There we go. Not gonna lie, I'm also starting with like a new study next week. As in like, what is the word for this in English? I guess a new, whatchamacallit, not a new course, it's like a new major, I guess, is what, yeah, I guess that's the best way to put this. I'm gonna start like a new major at the end of the summer vacation, or like after summer vacation, so I completely understand where you're at. Alright, Fiery Flint, basic Fire Energy, and Heavy Ball go to the discard pile. 4 basic Fire go to hands. Let's see. We still have the Scorched Earth available. Is there anything we want to do before that? I don't think so. So let's discard that Fire Energy to draw 2 cards. Oh, we get Ultra Ball. That's so good. Ultra Ball away 2 Fire Energies. We have a Blitzle in hand. I don't think I want to hard go for the Dedenne here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a Zebstrika, just so I can have the evolution ready next turn from my Blitzle. I think that's probably the best bet. Normally I would hold this Ultra Ball if I'm going for a play like this. But since I want the Fire Energy in the discard pile as well, it's honestly not a bad idea. God, I love Dreamyard music. It's so good. I'm gonna take another sip of water after completing my turn. So let's bench the Blitzle. And after that, I'm gonna have to use the ability... What's it called again? Memories of Dawn? Is that what it is? Yeah, Memories of Dawn. To copy Surging Flames, doing... how much damage? To get all the basic energy from the discard pile. This is turn 1 going second, by the way, and we discarded this much energy already. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 8 energy, so that's 180 damage onto active. Surely that KO's the thing that we just did. You're leaving the cards at home? Oh no! Oh no! That's so sad. Please tell your parents to not sell them, like ever. Tell your parents to literally never sell those, never touch them. Because that's kind of relevant. But are you planning on like starting up a new collection in your dorm room, or are you planning on like eventually moving some over? These are the curious things. Because you might want to attend like locals at places near the college you're going to, I don't know. They're buried as deep as you can hide them. Your parents are not touching these. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby. Alright, we probably take like one prize. Surely we take a one prizer with 180, right? There we go. I think that I took a Grant off the prizes, which is not a bad one, but I'd rather want Fire Energy off the prizes if I'm gonna be honest. But Grant's not terrible here. Alright, at this point, how likely is it that they find a Gust KO on Squawk? I think it's pretty likely. Let's assume that they do get Gust KO Squawk and go down to 4 prizes. I'll probably push Mew in that instance, since I have no more Gust left. What's the point of going without the lucky playmat on God? Oh yeah. You may just be buy straight 60 for a local. Oh, gotcha. But you're never planning on like actually coming back between? Or I'm assuming you're probably still going back. You might as well bring like a deck and a playmat. Maybe some damage dice too, but like it doesn't make sense to get the whole collection, of course. Okay, let's draw a card for turn. The Fire Energy, how surprising. I think I'm definitely gonna have to do this first. Evolve the Blitzle into Zebstrika. Let's go for a Scorched Earth, discarding a Fire Energy and drawing 2 cards. Okay, I think I'm gonna replace my Scorched Earth with Heat Factory. And then use Heat Factory to discard a fire and draw 3 cards. Okay, we found a Fiery Flint. Hell yeah. Let's discard 2 Fire Energy. Find a few more Fire Energies. There we go. You don't have any real decks right now? Oh, you don't. Since your cards are like 90% outdated. Or not tournament legal. Oh yeah, that's right. You mostly do online tournaments. That's right. That's fair. Yo, go buy the 60 for Wugtrio. Wugtrio is relatively cheap. Besides, like, maybe Hilda and Ignition Energy. Wugtrio is a good meta call, trust me. I also think Slowking is like a pretty solid meta call. Wait, why did Twitch not allow the local keyboard warrior? Why did he not allow like the words Y board? I don't know, man. Anyway, Fiery Flint has been found. For Finning. Let's use concealed cards to discard a card and draw 2. We found Volcanion. That's really nice. I think this is a research angle. Yeah, let's just research all these cards away and draw a fresh 7. Hear me out, Tinglu's a true meta call? No, sorry man. Even with like the Dusknor gang, I don't think it's a meta call. Especially with Psyduck coming out soon. You will make the deck work before it rotates. I don't think it's gonna work with Psyduck coming soon, but okay. We found another Fiery Flint. Very nice. How many Fire Energies are still in deck? Not a lot. Yeah, just 2. Yeah, that's because there's 3 prizes. But you can see how efficiently we can grab every single energy from the deck. It's crazy. Tinglu turns off Psyducky Spoon. Oh, true! It can! That's like the entire reason we added Noir, remember? Yeah, okay. You're so right, actually. It does turn off. That's crazy. I think it's worth to bench Blitzle here. Is it ever worth spinning out some Pokemon here? Maybe it is. Let's Ultra Ball away 2 fires. My bench is full. But I'm like never gonna use the bird. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna use that Zebstrika actually. Don't need this Volcarona V. And then we can quick ball away the Volcarona V, get the Blitzle that we're never gonna use. And then we can use Sprint to discard these cards. To go a little bit deeper in the deck, make the deck like have less cards so that we can have more energies after the reshuffle in it. Make the end combo a lot more consistent. But if you have max belt and if you have Max Bell and Papa Noir, you can hit the relevant numbers. Yeah, true. True. All these cards go to discard. No, that's not true. The Blitzle doesn't go to discard pile. But now I can sprint to discard my hand and draw 4 cards. Okay, can I thin the deck a little bit more? I probably can. Let's quick ball away Grant to get the Dedenne out of the deck. Nice. The Blender is still in the deck as well. Blender is still in the deck. That's crazy. I don't think I Ultra Ball here. Because having a bench, I probably have a bench space open next turn again. Wait, hold on. Before I shuffle, there's like one. Yeah, there's a Volk here. Okay. Realistically, playing for a spread approach is the best option since fighting acceleration is a myth. Yeah, okay. True. I mean, you could consider Frostlass. I don't think a Frostlass is a great idea, though. Alright. Let's go for Memories of Dawn copying Surging Flames. It's not Volcanion boosted, but it wouldn't be anyway because it only boosts basic fire Pokemon's attacks. So it's whatever. I'm gonna need to get some fire energies from the deck at this point. From the prizes, sorry, not from the deck. If Dino Cry was a once per turn instead of ending your turn, fighting would actually be playable. Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like they did that in playtesting and they realized, wow, fighting is really broken with Koraidon-EX. Let's just adjust this so that the ability doesn't become broken anymore. I feel like they did that probably, right? Because they probably wanted Koraidon and Miraidon to be playable, and Koraidon just was not playable at all. Like, it wouldn't be broken at all. The fighting attackers are shite. Well, you have to realize, when Koraidon released, both of the Urshifu VMAXs were still in standard, so it would be relevant. It would be very relevant. Medicham V was also still in standard, which is really scary with that. Fighting type basic attackers, well, okay, the Urshifu V's VMAXs were not basic, of course, but... Yeah, you're right. Let's count how many these are. 5, 10, 14. Okay, so that's 280 plus 20. It's 300 damage to active. Go. There was probably a combo that they were scared of. I don't know which, of course, but hey. What do you know? It's unfortunate we still have Brilliant Blender in the deck at this point, but it is what it is. Like, you see no reason why two fighting at base to a basic fighting type once per turn would truly break it. Yeah. Does Koraidon normally accelerate to any Pokemon? Or just fighting type Pokemon? Oh, it's just basic fightings, never mind. My bad. So let's shuffle and take 2 prizes. Oh my god, still 2 fire prize, bro. Got another research that was useless. Okay. At this point, they're probably gonna gust Volcarona V to KO it. I'm definitely gonna push Mew again. We're just gonna have to pray that they don't have a third gust for game. So let's go for... I mean, we could have also not... Well, no, we have to bench a Duprizer because we have to copy Volcarona V, of course. It's only to basic fighting types, okay. So, yeah. Let's Ultra Ball away the 2 Fire Energy to get Volcarona V. Or do we... I think it's actually better to get Zebstrika here. Rika. So yeah, you basically only need 2 Zebstrika in play to actually do this combo. But that's why I included 3-3, because I didn't want Prizing to fuck me over, so there we go. Evolve into Zebstrika, and then we will research. Drawing 7 fresh cards. There we go. You also learned that Tinglu has an auto loss into Rocket's Mewtwo. It does? Why does it? I don't think it's an auto loss, right? Not necessarily. You can turn off... Oh no. Yeah, you can turn off Spite Ups. Like, they hit double weakness? Yeah, but you can turn off the Spite Ups' abilities, right? You can turn off the Spite Ups' abilities so that they can't accelerate energy to themselves anymore. And if they have to manually attach, like, sure, they might KO Tinglu, but if there's another one ready in the back, they can KO back. And then they have to, like, manually attach twice to do anything. So I can see how it's difficult, but I don't think it's an auto loss specifically. I don't think so. Let's see, we drew this. Oh, nice. We get the Volcarona right now. That's really nice, getting the Volcarona here. Escape Rope is kind of useless. Let's go for concealed cards, discarding this Fire Energy and drawing 2 cards. Let's go for a Heat Factory to... Did I discard? I didn't. Hold on. I drew 1 already. 2, 3. Oh, nice. Blender it up. Did we discard the whole deck? No, we keep the Volcarona V. We blender the 4 Fire Energies here. We keep that Volcarona V in the back. And then we go for a sprint. Discarding our hand, drawing 4 cards. Only 1. And then we're gonna go for a Memories of Dawn, copying Surging Flames for a lot of damage. I don't know how much. I didn't even use Grant this game. That's the crazy part, by the way. Didn't even use Grant. Guzma, pull up, Koraidon, knockout. Guzma? Guzma's not a standard. Guzma, pull up, Koraidon, knockout without discarding a single energy with Mewtwo. Oh, the Koraidon is weak to Psychic. I thought it was the Koraidon that was weak to Grass, and then the Tinglu being weak to Psychic. They build up 2 Spite Ups on bench and you lose. I just need 1 Team Rocket Giovanni and you lose the game. Oh yeah, they do have Guzma, you're right. That's right, they do have Guzma. This is 15 Fire Energy, by the way, so we're hitting for 320. But if you do like 1 Hitmonlee spread into... If you do 1 Hitmonlee spread into the Tinglu, you're practically just good, right? You'll probably do a Devo play since the Tarantula are very low HP. Probably, right? You just need 1 team... Yeah, okay, I literally read that already. Just 1 Geo and you lose. Maybe. I can see lines for that matchup for sure. Let's see if we actually get the 2 Fire Energy off the prizes. No, we don't. Okay. So at this point, our opponent wins if they have the 3rd Gust in a row. If they don't, they KO the Mew, which is fine. We'll just push the Volcarona V. Draw a card for turn. Attach a Fire Energy here. Go for concealed cards. Draw 2. Go for a Heat Factory to draw 3. Go for Sprint, discarding all of this, drawing 4. Go for another Sprint, discarding these, drawing 4. There's 1 card left in deck. Unfortunately, it is what it is. The combo doesn't exactly reach all the way over there. Then we use Steam Up to discard this one to boost the damage of Volcarona. What we can do then is use Grant's effects from the discard pile to discard 2 cards from our hand, add this to our hand. Unfortunately, we can't do the second Grant because we don't have enough cards in hand, and we can't discard Grant with Grant. So this is the max damage that we're doing right now. Unfortunately, which is how much? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 300 plus 30, it's 330 damage. Okay, that's not bad. I would say 330 is pretty decent. You played like 4 games against it and got folded so hard. Oh, you actually practiced, never mind. You actually practiced the matchup. That's not still kind of sus as you have to play into an evolution line instead of just spamming basics. Yeah, I see what you mean. At that point, you can kind of like build your deck similar to Raging Bolt, where unfortunately you can't really fan route them for the basics this time, but like they make it work, right? They definitely make it work. Feel Noir is too slow. The only Ting result was running straight Ting with a 1/1 Aerodactyl V-Star to boost the matchup into Lugia even further. Yeah, fair. That makes sense. But Aerodactyl V-Star is not written standard anymore, unfortunately. I do truly think you should transition to Wugtrio, because I think Wugtrio is such a unique position in the metagame right now, where not a lot of people expect it or respect it. But it's still so goddamn consistent, especially if you played like the double Mew Squovet engine. It's so goddamn good. You really want Gutsy Pickaxe back. That makes sense. I can see why. You can Cypher Maniacs and Fighting to the top of the deck and then Gutsy Pickaxe to attach it. It makes sense. It makes sense. With Cypher in standard, Gutsy Pickaxe makes a lot of sense. But unfortunately that card is now expanded. God fucking damn it, I hate shuffling. I hate shuffling so much. Alright. Just a slight boost of acceleration for fighting is so helpful. Yeah, it is. Do you think Fighting Gong and the Hariyama are gonna help enough to make fighting viable? Or like Tinglu maybe in general? Because I don't think it's enough. I see a lot of Japanese Lucario lists that have results, but I feel like the deck looks kind of sus. Like, am I wrong for that? Or is it just that Fighting Gong is so goddamn consistent? I might be wrong on that, but unsure. I do like that they've reprinted Fog Crystal for Fighting though. Fighting definitely needed some support in standards. Because Fighting was goddamn awful. Unless you play Lucario or Garchomp, Fighting has no potential. So you think Great Tusk Mill has no potential with Fighting Gong, potentially? Or maybe like Ceruledge with the Solrock Lunatone engine? Just like, I mean like any fighting Pokemon in general. Like, I don't think Conkeldurr has potential, honestly. I see people saying like, oh, we got the 70 HP Timber, we can play Conkeldurr, but I don't see it happening, man. This Lucario has built-in acceleration and Cynthia doesn't have an energy cost. That's high enough. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we start with Heat Factory Prism Star in our opening hand, because it's a Worlds promo, as you can see, or it's a Worlds deck. Let's flip heads or tails. Oh, we do flip heads, so this is a game going first. I think going first is not ideal for this list, but that's okay. Dusk is not a real fighting deck, it don't count. Really? I think it counts. I think it counts. We do have a basic. We can start Blitzle, that's probably fine. I think starting Blitzle is fine. Because we have to let an active Pokemon get KO'd, and ideally it's a single prizer to offset the price rate. There we go. Last you checked, it had no fighting energy. Oh yeah, no, but that Tusk deck with specifically the Comfey and the Rotom is a pure meme deck. That's like not the correct way to play Tusk. I think there were actual like legitimate Tusk to Dunsparce lists that were really good. Or maybe not like really good, but they were like pretty solid and pretty high consistency. And I think Fighting Gong is definitely going to increase that consistency, and just like Solrock and Lunatone. I think that's a really big boost to easily discard fighting energy. That's going to boost the odds of getting like a turn 1 going seconds, like Sedas into discard 4. Land Collapse is what it's called, I think. Anyway, let's Let's go first. Let's play this first and foremost. Ultra Ball 2 fires. I don't want to price check, so we're opening this. So there's 3 fire in prizes once again. There's a Fiery Flint, unfortunately, a Volcarona V, and a Professor's Research. I'm gonna grab, I think, Squawkabilly. Ideally, I want to present a single prize board, so maybe I just... Well, Squawkabilly is kind of necessary for a good turn 1, but how good does the turn 1 need to be is kind of where I'm standing. I'm down to just go grab a Radiant Greninja. I'm gonna play this other Ultra Ball as well. To grab the Squawk in as well, I think, anyway. Yeah, kind of changed my mind. This Squawk kind of does have to happen with this dead hand. Yeah. I could have also done the Dedenne, but Squawk is better on turn 1. Dusk is a mill deck, like Wugtrio counts as a mill archetype and not the type. Okay, I see what you mean. Like, you wouldn't lump Wug into water decks, it's a dedicated mill. Yeah, okay, but Wugtrio doesn't actually run water energy, but Great Tusk Mill does run fighting energy. Or, in your opinion, is even worse than fighting as its own type? Currently, yes. Ever since Palkia is gone, Chien-Pao has been struggling. Baxcalibur has been struggling. Like, the most viable water archetype we saw recently was like the Huntil Gorbis deck, which is crazy to say. It's absolutely crazy to say. That deck was not good. I do think that deck was better than Wailord's, but who knows. Let's Squawk and Seize to draw a fresh 6. Oh my god. Holy shit, this hand is cracked. I think we do have to bench the Volcarona V. I think I'm gonna Fiery... This is difficult. I think I want to Fiery Flint the Ultra Ball and the Research. Grab 4 Fire Energy. There we go. And then we're also going to play this Brilliant Blender to thin out a little bit more. All the Lightning Weak waters get cock-blocked by hands, and the Ice types are just kind of mid right now. Like, the only good Water-type Pokemon in Standard right now is Frostlass, in my opinion. And, like, Psyduck will probably join that fray. What did I play again? Oh yeah, Fiery Flint. No, I'm playing Blender. What do I want to discard with Blender? There's no Blitzle or Zebstrika in the prizes, so I could consider... Well, let's actually go discard the grants. I think that's a good idea. Discarding grants is a good idea. I think I'm going to discard a Volcarona V as well. And then... I think a Scorched Earth discard is fine as well, and I'll discard Zebstrika. Like, discarding fire here doesn't really make much sense, because... what was I about to say? Because I'm not attacking this turn anyway. So it's better to thin our deck, so that we get better stuff off of the Dedenne. Oh my god, Twitch, what are we blocking right now? Why are we blocking this? They are shit. Why are we blocking they are shit? Come on. You truly believe that the threat of weakness to hands completely walls most water types out of the format? Also because they're shit. Yeah. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Wugtrio kind of struggles against hands decks. But it's not an impossible matchup. Because we run 4 Crushing Hammer. So these cards go to discard. There's going to be an ad break, so I'm going to chill for a little bit. On the Twitch side of things, if you're watching on YouTube, consider yourself lucky. I'll be yapping for like the next 3 minutes. I'm not going to advance the game state, I think. This is my hand right now. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to advance the game state for now. I'm just going to be here to yap for like 3 more minutes. Until the ad break's over. Make sure you hydrate properly, gang. Very, very important, especially summertime. Or should I just continue playing during the ad break? It feels like kind of disrespectful to do that, but you know, like if you go to play like Gyarados EX or Kingdra, you would be so scared into hands that it wouldn't be worth to run. That's fair. I see what you mean. But doesn't Kingdra EX survive a super effective MP very much? It's more than 240 HP, right? Kingdra EX, surely. Oh, you mean Baby Kingdra. Oh yeah, no, Baby Kingdra does not survive that, actually. Never mind. Yeah, Baby Kingdra does not live that, actually. Like, the funny part is that even fucking Wailord doesn't survive super effective amp. It's exactly enough, which is very funny. And unfortunately there's no Volcan berry standard. You know that those damage reducing berries that are like, oh yeah, you take less damage from this type of Pokemon once and then you discard it, they're kind of shit. But if Volcan berry existed, I think a lot of Pokemon would run it, specifically just to survive hands. Right? I think that makes sense, right? Man, why is Joltik Box an archetype? Joltik Box is so cringe. Like, there's literally a 9-year-old girl at our locals that just plays Joltik Box, and she's actually destroying people. Like power to her, of course. But I feel like if you gave her like any other deck to practice with that, I don't think she would have raffle stomped just nearly as many people as she has. It's because Joltik Box had such linear game plans that they're easier to follow. So like power to her, like I think her dad coaches her. Power to her dad for giving her that deck specifically. Of course, it's a really good choice for a child to play. But like, holy shit, bro. Joltik Box is so stupid if you don't have the outs. Like, you have to have a specific game plan against Joltik Box, otherwise you're just cooked. Unless your name is Raging Bolt. I mean, if you play Raging Bolt Noctowl version, you kind of have to like not bench any of the birds, otherwise you just lose. But other than that, your game plan is pretty straightforward. You truly believe that the best fighting type attacker in the format is Greninja EX, which doesn't actually count. I think that's fair. Yeah, Greninja EX is really good, but that uses water energy, so yeah. You know, I think Okidogi is also like not a bad deck at all. It's just like kind of like tier 3. So it struggles a lot into like the Gardevoir matchup. But it does pretty well into Grimmsnarl, it does pretty well into Dragapult. It does really well into Joltik Box. But yeah. For example, Zard, you struggle a lot against Zard, and Zard is on the rise again, so also ad break's over, so we can continue playing. Your game plan into Joltik Box is great with future hands, just lock in and be a faster deck. Exactly. And just use the hands faster than they can. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna... I'm not gonna Dedenne-GX just yet, I wanna abuse these first in case I don't draw into Fire Energy. So let's use Heat Factory to draw 3 cards. Okay, we find a Quick Ball. Actually not a bad shout to go for a Quick Ball here. Thing is a lost cause into Guardy. Oh yeah. 100%. Do we grab another Blitzle or do we grab another Volcarona V or Volcanion? I think it's better to grab another Blitzle so we can go double Zebstrika next turn. This is still turn 1 going first, so I think it's just better. Dude, this is turn 1 going first, and look at how fast we're moving through our deck. It's crazy. Let's bench the Blitzle. There's a Zebstrika in our hands, but we haven't burned the Rescue Stretcher yet, right? Yeah, no, we can definitely use the Rescue Stretcher to recover some Zebstrika next turn, if we need to. Let's go for a Concealed cards. Draw 2 more. Find Research. I'm still gonna play the Dedenne. Using the Dedenne change to discard my hands and draw 6 cards. Here we go. We find Heavy Ball for Volcarona V. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Tinglu can actually overcome Festival Lead quite well, which is surprising. Oh yeah, you definitely can, because shutting off their abilities is pretty big. Disabling them from attacking twice is actually really big, yeah. I think I will Quick Ball to grab Volcanion. I think grabbing Volcanion is correct here. I'm not gonna play the Ultra Ball because I want to save that for next turn to go ahead and get the Zebstrika out. You just wish Ting wasn't so hard to accelerate to. Yeah, I understand. Like, would you? Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out, Sam. Would you play? How much better do you think Tinglu would be if instead of it being 3 fighting energy, it was like 1 fighting and 2 colorless? How do you think the deck would be a lot better if it was like 1 fighting, 2 colorless rather than 3 fighting? Because you could do Crispin stuff. You can definitely do Crispin stuff. You can maybe do like back stuff. That's probably a little bit better. 5 times better instantly. Yeah, exactly. Right? You can do counter gain stuff if you want to. Like counter gain plus Crispin just charges up your attack immediately. It just cucks it by making it triple fighting, which is really unfortunate. But it is what it is. And I'm gonna have to pass because it's my first turn going first. Let's assume that they KO Blitzle in active. And I'll push my Volcarona V. Draw a card. I'm gonna have to bench this Volcarona V as well. Setch fire for turn. Yeah, I'm gonna need to keep the Volcarona Vs in play specifically. Let's see. Let's Ultra Ball away Quick Ball and Fire Energy to grab the last Zebstrika from deck. It was the best card, or not the best card, the top card. There's no way to build Tinglu in a single turn, no. Other than Energy Sticker. Hey, listen. Quad Energy Sticker, Quad Energy Coin. What do you think? Or how about we use Mega Lucario to charge up Tinglu? Is that an idea? No, I don't think so. I think that's a terrible idea. Well, technically... Hey, listen, hear me out. Technically, we can Salvatore into Mega Lucario turn 1 going second and immediately start accelerating to Tinglu. Technically. Hear me out. Call Bell, a little bit of Call Bell action maybe. I think I'm gonna have to do Sprint here. Unfortunately, we'll be able to recover the Volcanion. It's not a big... Oh my god, I was about to say, are we really not gonna draw any Fire Energy? That's crazy. Let's discard this one to draw 3. You find Escape Rope, that's nice. Let's concealed cards. 2 more. Ooh, that's a double Fiery Flint, that's really nice. Actually not discard Scorched Earth. I will discard Guzma, because there's no need to gust at this point. There's only 1 Fire Energy in deck. Honestly, Flareon into Tinglu wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Wait, you're cooking, hold up. Oh shit, bro's cooking! Bro, EV Box with Tinglu would go so hard actually. EV Box with Tinglu. You can like Angelite away the problem Pokemon and keep the rest damaged. No, that's probably not it. It's probably not it, but who knows. Maybe I am cooking. Yeah, let's use Surging Flames. This is probably enough for a KO. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 280 damage. That's pretty good damage, I would say. Just a dog for straight acceleration. It's just slightly more clunky. Temporal Forces Miraidon if you think about it. Yeah. But do you think Mega Lucario Salvatore is better, or do you think Boosted Evo Flareon is better? Because you kind of need to commit your A-Spec to being able to attack with Flareon on turn 1 going second. If you think about it. Either your A-Spec or your Crispin. Your supporter for turn. Oh yeah. Yeah, wait, Crispin actually sounds a lot more accessible. Never mind. But you do have to have it in active, of course. I mean, with Lucario, we also have to have it in active. How much damage does Lucario do with that attack? Does it do more than Flareon or not? I guess Lucario is worse because you have to accelerate from discard, whereas Flareon attaches from deck. Also, Flareon is a 2-prizer and Mega Lucario is a 3-prizer. Yeah, no, holy shit! With it's just so much easier with Flareon. Yeah, we did the attack. We're definitely KOing a juicy 2-prizer here. Bam! Still did not grab a single Fire Energy from prizes, although, no, actually one. Oh yeah, we got the Fiery Flint, that's nice. Let's say they, like, Gust KO Dedenne or something. I'm definitely gonna push up the Volcarona V. We're gonna draw a card for turn. Are the other Volcarona Vs in the discard pile? Volcarona V, only once. Okay, there's still like one in deck. Or 2 in deck even, I think. So first and foremost, let's... No, there's 1 in deck. Because I have 2 on the bench. Let's Fiery Flint. Search for 4 Fire Energies. See how he was slightly cooking? Yeah, I see. What other acceleration engines are there? Well, yeah, Lucario, Mega Lucario is there. You could pair that with like Revavroom and like the Solrock Lunatone engine, I guess. There's indeed Energy Sticker, Energy Coin. There's the Okidogi EX that accelerates to itself only. Energy Switch is like probably not a bad idea. Like you could do like Spydop's Energy Switch maybe. Although that feels a lot slower. You would just use Drillbur to bin energy for Lucario. Oh yeah, that's fair. I don't think there's any other good accelerator. Well, like there's Electric Generator, but that's only for lightning energy. There's Baxcalibur, but that's only for water energy. There's Ethan's Ho-Oh EX, but that's only for fire energy. There's Steel Mask Ogerpon, but that's only for grass energy. There's Seda's Vitality, but that's only for Asian Pokemon. There's probably more. There's Gardevoir EX, but that's only for Psychic Energy on Psychic Pokemon. Yeah. Well, there's Crispin, of course. We discussed that. There's the Blood Moon Ursaluna, the baby Blood Moon Ursaluna that accelerates 2 fighting energy to itself from hand when played. So you could consider that together with like Ensplot to push those 2 fightings to active. Is that an idea? Is that an idea? To go like attach on active for turn, bench the Blood Moon Ursaluna and use his ability to immediately attach 2 fighting to that, and then Ensplot as supporter for turn to move all the 2 others to the active. Is that an idea? I don't think so. I just thought of that. You would. There's Terrapagos for only Terra Pokemon. Oh yeah, the Prism charged Terrapagos. True. You're so right. Hold on. Not to get too off track here, but let's use the second Fiery Flint this turn. Search for some more fire energy. Not a lot of fire energy left in the deck. That's kind of funny. There's Joltik, but that only works for lightning and grass energy, of course. There's Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX, but it only works for dark energy on Marnie's Pokemon. There's Charizard EX, but it only works for fire energy. There's a lot of acceleration in Standard, but it's very specific acceleration every time. Interesting. There's Power Glass, but that's only at the end of the turn from discards. Oh yeah, I wanted to assume, by the way, that Heat Factory got bumped between those turns. I think that makes sense, right? Especially since it's been out for 2 turns. So Let's play Scorched Earth. Let's research Rip this hand. Draw 7. Handsplat might be a generational shout. Are you actually kidding me? Are you kidding me, or are you dead serious? Because I don't know if you're dead serious or not. I think we Rescue Stretcher or Volcanion, Blitzle Zebstrika. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't have to shuffle my discard pile. What am I doing? Put these into the deck and then Quick Ball for Blitzle. I think that's correct. No, I'm cooking. That's our turn 1 Ting-Lu. That's our 1 turn Ting-Lu build, and we have a strong backup attacker. Well, to be fair, the Blood Moon Luna doesn't have any energy anymore on it if you use Handsplat. But yeah. You could also use Poppy, of course, but Poppy just moves from two energy from one Pokemon to another, right? Or is it 2 from different sources to 1? I don't know. There's a difference between Handsplat and Poppy, but I forgot what the difference was. Not entirely sure. Let's Scorched Earth to discard this and draw 2. And let's use Concealed cards to discard this one and draw 1. The last one. And I'm gonna use the effect of Grant from the discard pile. I shuffled my discard pile on accident, so I don't know where it is. There it is. We're gonna use Grant to discard a Fire Energy from our hand and a Blitzle. Put Grant in our hands. And then we're gonna swing with Surging Flamies. I don't know how much damage it's gonna do, but Poppy's even better, so she can move any energy around. Yeah. But like, Handsplat can move it from 2 different sources to 1, right? I think that's what it was. That Handsplat can move it from 2 sources to 1. But Poppy can move any energy, not just basic energy, I think. I think that was the takeaway from the difference between the two. Yo, my mind sometimes is like kind of good at things. I think last stream also proved that, me saying Dusknoir for the Ting-Lu build. Now let's see how many energies this is. 4, 8, 12, 15. So that's 320 damage to active. Surely that KOs, right? I solved it. He's cooking so hard. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. But if you're using Blood Moon, you don't see any reason to not use Poppy. Oh yeah. Absolutely. They call me the Cooking King. They call me Chef Noah sometimes. So yeah. I'm just gonna give myself a pat on the back whilst also accidentally groping my camera. Holy shit. Let's grab 2 random prizes. Oh, we got the 2 Fire Energy. Huge. Okay. It seems my playmat's a little off-center on the camera. It's okay. I think that's what it is. Man, screw Dusknoir, screw Koraidon. We have aggro Ting-Lu. Hell yeah. Do we not need this Dusknoir anymore in this build? Or Dusclops, for that matter? Do we not need it anymore? That's crazy. But the question is, how much are you going to include on that? Are you going to go for like the Flareon build with Blood Moon Luna and Poppy? Or instead they just turn 1 attack? Hell yeah. So, one thing. Include Fighting Gong, because that can search specifically fighting energies for you when a new set comes out. Fighting Gong is really good for that list. It can also just find your Ting-Lu or your Blood Moon Luna. That's just... It finds all of your pieces. So quad Fighting Gong seems like very important for that list. Once Mega Evolution comes next month, of course. Yeah, what are we assuming here? Are we assuming my Squawk on the bench got KO'd? Let's assume that. We're going to 1 prize. We draw for turn. This works right now. I mean, it does without Fighting Gong. It's gonna be a little bit hard to set up, but if you have like enough vessels, enough Ultra Balls, because you have to play it from hand, so Nest Ball doesn't work for the Ursa. So yeah, that does work. I guess you could like literally Brock Scout. Oh no, you can't Brock Scouting for it because you have to have Poppy or Ensplot. Unfortunately. How are we gonna go about this? We're definitely gonna bench the Volcanion and evolve to Zebstrika. Let's go for a Scorched Earth, discarding a Fire Energy, drawing 2. Go for a Concealed Cards, discarding an Energy and drawing 2. Let's go for a Sprint to discard my hand and draw 4. Let's go for a Sprint, discard my hands. Actually, no, not yet, not yet, not yet. This is misplay. I should do this first to make the numbers work better. Steam up first, discard a fire and boost your damage. Then Sprint to discard my hands and draw 4. There's two energies left in deck, but that's okay. Ideally, you get like triple Zebstrika, but the bench space is really tight, so ideally you have like a research with this. Anyway, we have 2 grants in discard pile, so we can use double grant here to do this. Fighting Gong is massive. Hell yeah, it is. Fighting Gong is such a good card. I feel like a lot of people sleep on it. Okay, let's use double grant to discard these 4 fire energies from our hands. There's still 2 cards left in deck, but that's okay. Let's swing with Surging Flames. Surely this does enough. So it's base 50. 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 360, baby. A full 360, baby, for the last 2 prizes. Oh yeah. Why is life down? Are we so kidding? Oh yeah, they have maintenance until like... I think they have maintenance until like 23 UTC. So it's like gonna be like down for like 5 more hours, I think. A little under 5 hours. I think it's 4.5 hours down. Just make the deck in Limitless, bro. You're fine. Make the deck in Limitless, test it later. You're good. But Tuesday is always our maintenance day. As in, like, if they have any maintenance to do, it's always on a Tuesday. You already have it booted up. Oh my god. Bro, you were so ready. Once I said Blood Moon Ursa plus Poppy, bro fucking nutted in his pants and immediately made the deck. That's crazy. Oh my god. I'm glad I could help. I'll keep it at that. I'm glad I could help. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a meta breaker, but if it is a meta breaker and you're actually like winning a big tournament with it, you better thank me. I want to take a sliver of what's the word I'm looking for? Credit. A sliver of credit. Meta breaker, I don't care. The deck has function. Hell yeah, the deck functions. We officially made a rogue deck, gamers. Actually, you know what? I think I'm joining like a rogue deck tournament somewhere later this month. If you made a cool list, can you please send me the list so I can consider bringing it to that specific tournament? Or like, let's just say your most consistent build with it. Because I'm really curious. Really curious. Because I think it's just a tournament where the top 10 decks ranked in Limitless are banned. I think it's just that. So things like Even's Typhlosion might still be legal, or Crustle. But stuff like Dragapult or Gardevoir or Grimmsnarl will not be legal. Since we have aggressive spread late game, Blood Moon is a sauce. Oh, hell yeah. You might have to include like a few pennies to like pick up Blood Moon Ursaluna and then rebench it to re-accelerate some energy in like later in the game. You just like wall break Crustle and Mimi. That's fair. Yeah, you definitely do. You definitely do, because you can just spread some damage onto the Mimi or the Crustle, and then it's just like ability. What ability? Well, I mean, against Crustle, it's a little bit tougher because it's harder to keep Crustle damage because they run Super Potion and Pokevital A. But once you actually get the damage to stick, then they're just gone. Wait, why play Cornerstone then? I just eat through it. Yeah, you don't need Cornerstone. Definitely not. You might need Cornerstone like from a defensive perspective if you struggle with a certain matchup. Actually, do you struggle? I think you still struggle with Guardy, right? Maybe you don't. If you like disable Monkey Dory from like turn 1 going second, I think you maybe don't struggle with Guardy. Team Rocket Bomb Monkey Dory. You're cooking. Oh shit. Bro's actually cooking. This is crazy. I can't wait to see what's coming off of this. Okay, let's flip another coin to see if we're going first or second. It's tails, so we're doing another game going second. Let's draw ourselves 7 cards for our opening hand. Bam. Let's see. Okay, we have to start either Volcanion or Dedenne. I really hope I can find Escape Rope early on. I'll put Volcanion in active. It's not the worst thing. It is a 2-prizer, unfortunately. It doesn't really do much. Right? Because its attack is like... Yeah, its attack is like impossible to use at this point of the game. Treating Blood Moon sounds good enough. Yeah, sure. The thing is, if you open Blood Moon Ursaluna, you're kind of crying, right? So maybe you want to include a Latias EX. I think Latias EX is a must include in your list. If I'm hearing all this, these Pokemon. First deck in history to have Quad Poppy. Maybe you could get away with 3. If you want to, you can run Callbell to increase the consistency of turn 1 Poppy. Latias is making it, you see how fat Tinglu is, yeah. Exactly. Okay, let's flip it over. We're going second, so... Ooh, nice. Scorched Earth is huge. Okay, let's first and foremost go for a Fiery Flint to grab 4 Fire Energy from our deck. And then price check. His deck is real, hold on. You have Heavy Baton! Oh my god, you do have Heavy Baton! Holy shit! Okay, we priced Radiant Greninja and a Volk and a Heavy Ball. That's going to be a little awkward. We did only price 1 Fire Energy though, which is nice. Okay, so let's Quick Ball away a Fire Energy to grab. I think Squawkabilly has to come here. Because I need to dig specifically for Escape Rope, because we know it's not priced now. Let's also Blender. What do we Blender away? Let's Blender away. We're going second, so ideally we do have Mew here. I think we Blender away Scorched Earth for sure. Definitely not Mew. It's hard to decide what to Blender. I think we Blender like a 1-1 Blitzle Zebstrika line and then 2 Fire Energies. Just because we have to go so hard. Maybe we go for 4 Fire Energies and none of the Blitzle line. I think I like that more. I like that more. None of the Blitzle line, more Fire Energies. Yeah. Ultra Ball is the only way to get into hand, right? Yes, either that or Great Ball or Dusk Ball. Or Pokeball. Those are the Pokemon search that actually get into hands. That are relevant for this deck, I think. Dude, Ultra Ball, Quick Ball would be disgusting with this. Oh yeah. Quick Ball would be disgusting in that deck. Absolutely. But yeah, and Fighting Gong, of course, when it comes out. But it's not out yet, so... Alright. Let's go for a Day change to discard my hand and draw 6 cards. Nice, we found Escape Rope and Quick Ball, so we can now Quick Ball for the Mew. Here we go. Quick Ball for the Mew. Bench the Volcarona V. Escape Rope to the Mew. Now we shuffle our deck. Okay, so what support engine do we want? Just raw supporters? Definitely Squawk, 100% Squawk. The thing is, 4 of your supporters are Poppy. So the other supporters have to be like the highest consistency supporters you can find. Because you have to justify not using Poppy on other turns. I don't know if it's an Arven build. I don't know how much you want Heavy Baton or like items specifically. Is it a build where you include like 2 Arvens maybe? I'm not sure. Okay. I think we're gonna go for a Scorched Earth here to discard a fire and draw 2. Okay, we got Ultra Ball, that's not bad. I will Ultra Ball for a Blitzle. Feels alright here. Yeah, there we go. I think you just make it work without Arven, since the item search you want is all on a Poppy turn. That's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Just draw your items, lol. Just draw your items. What A-spec are you gonna run? Is it gonna be like Chwali, or is it gonna be like Legacy Energy? Or Max Rod, maybe even? Prime Catcher? What's your A-spec gonna be? Secret Box? Probably Secret Box if I'm gonna think about it. Surely Box or Prime, yeah. Okay. We have Grant in discard pile, I should remember that, so let's actually put him aside. There, like that. Let's go for a Squawk and seize to draw 6 cards. Oh my god, another Zebstrika. Ooh, this is a little awkward. This is a little awkward. There's no fire energy in this hand, so I have to Fiery Flint. I think I'm gonna Fiery Flint away Guzma and the Ultra Ball. Draw 4 fire energies from the deck. Do you need Gust? Surely you do. I would definitely run a couple counter catchers. I think well, I mean you're aggro maybe, so maybe not. But I don't think counter catcher will hurt. So like if your opponent actually gets like a good turn off, you still get to reposition after that. Like 2 boss can also work. If you get Prime Catcher, you probably don't really need anything other than maybe like 1 boss. You could run Pokemon Catcher if you want to make it like ultra aggro. Which is funny. 2 boss, 1 CC. Yeah, I would maybe replace a CC with Prime Catcher if you're thinking of running Prime Catcher. Definitely attach a fire here for turn. Definitely steam up. Discard 1. And I think we just swing with that attack from Volcarona, but then by Mew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. On turn 1 going second. Holy shit. That's 280 damage on your face. I didn't Guzma this turn, so it's gonna be probably to a random single prizer, right? So maybe it is a 2 prizer, who knows? Box finds a tool. What stadium would you want though? Calamitous Wastelands. Unironically. Or Calamitous Snowy Mountain, because that puts damage on your opponent if they attach air energy. I would say either of the Calamitous Stadiums, maybe a mix of the 2. Maybe a Lively Stadium. Lively Stadium is maybe not a bad idea, because you make your Pokemon tankier. I would say either of those 3. But you definitely don't want Artisan because you like Bear can't use it. Oh, I forgot to. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot to grant. Hold on, I'm gonna give that to myself. I really wanted to grant, but I just forgot to do it. There we go. All right. Okay, let's assume, let's say Squawk gets gusted and then KO'd. We definitely push Mew in this instance. Oh yeah, I forgot to take a prize. Give me a sec. Is 270 relevant? No, but 280 is. 280 is. No, 270 hits Several Edge, so that's like maybe relevant. 270 is Several Edge's HP, but 280 is like Enzorg HP, which is more relevant in my opinion. Okay, let's draw for turn. Evolve to Zebstrika. Is there anything that I would want to Rescue Stretcher right now? Not really. Let's use Heavy Ball to grab Radiant Greninja from the prizes. Since that's what Lively gets to you. Oh, 270 damage is what you mean. Bench Radiant Greninja. Let me think. 270 is 270 a number that is getting hit often. I mean, 270 is like Zard's when you're down 3 prizes. Gravity Mountain is also an idea to potentially 2-shot Zard or Guardy. And actually, you don't 2-shot Guardy because Guardy resists fighting. I don't know how relevant that is specifically because you still don't 2-shot. No, you do 2-shot Dragapult. Never mind. Yeah, that could be. That could be interesting as well. Especially if you're going the aggro route. I think Gravity Mountain might be the play. Oh, Fiery Flint away my Rescue Stretcher and Grant. There's one Zebstrika in discard, so I just have to make sure I don't discard the other one. Skill issue, I think. What was the other card in my hand that I didn't want to discard? Ball, I think I can discard Quick Ball. I think I can discard Quick Ball instead. There we go. Get 4 energy. Yeah, Bolt and Zard are kind of relevant. But are there like any scary decks that can easily KO you? Is my question. That's more or less my question, kind of. You'll throw in a Charm for the last turn. Oh yeah, Charm is good. Charm is good for sure. There we go. Let's put Grant here so I don't forget about him. Let's go for a Concealed Cards. Draw 2. Let's go for a Scorched Earth to draw 2. There's another Grant here. Do I use this? I think I do. I think I do use this to shuffle back into deck. I have to shuffle back the Squawk as well, because it says 3, not up to 3. Unfortunately. We have 290, which is relevant HP. Yeah, 290 is pretty good. 290 is pretty solid. There's a whole lot of decks that are scary, you know what? But Poppy is actually like huge for aggro decks. I don't know how we never thought of her. I know why we never thought of her, because the card's ass. The card that first came to mind is Ensplot. And then I was like, wait, isn't Poppy just better for this combo? But the fact that I had to think of Ensplot first and then think of Poppy is kind of telling of how bad Poppy is, I think. Let's use Sprint to discard my hand and draw 4 cards. There we go. 4 cards. Oh, nice. I'm gonna bump my own Scorched Earth. Get Heat Factory in play. We're gonna go Finning. For Quick Balling for, I think, Blitzle. Yeah, sure. Sure thing. You sent me the current list. What else do you need to do? What else do I need? I'll take a look during my break. After this match, after this solitaire match, I'll have a quick break and then I'll take a look. Okay. Booting up Discord is a little bit slow when I'm live, which is unfortunate, so I'll do it in my breaky. Let's go for a Heat Factory. Discard this to draw 3. I redrew Squawk, that's unfortunate. Let's Steam up. I don't think I want to research his hand because I want to establish Blitzle next turn, but there's another Blitzle in deck. I think I'm gonna research anyway. 7. It's 5, 6, 7. Okay. I have to double Grant here, so we can discard 4 more. I want to save the Ultra Ball for now. This might not be a double Blitzle game, but we'll see. Let's go for the... Actually, what I can do now, I can Ultra Ball away double Grant so I can discard... No, why would I want to do that? Let's... Actually, that might not be a bad shout. Ultra Ball, Grant, let's do Dupree, Grant, and Fire to fin a little more. There we go. You've got 45 cards and your whole deck 4 is done, not counting energy. Well, I would definitely add some energy. I would definitely add some energy. Alright, we got Blitzle. And I'll swing with Memories of Dawn. Have you added Recovery to your list? Like any form of Super Rod or Night Stretcher? I'm just going over like some standard basics here. This is it. I don't know how much energy this exactly is, but we're gonna count. You honestly might go for more than 10 energy. Emergency Thirsty deck. Do you have Vessels? Emergency Energy Thirsty, Jesus. It's 5. Another 5 and that's 4. So that's 14 energy, so that's 300 damage. Why does this deck do so much damage so consistently? This is crazy. You have not, probably should. Yeah, add some Vessels. Vessel is a big one. Oh, you have Quad Vessel, but oh, you were talking about recovery. Yeah, you definitely should have some recovery. 100%. Maybe even like a Bell Pad. Do you have Penny? I think Penny could be good to like pick up an Ursaluna and then rebench it for more acceleration. Let's grab 2 random prizes. Go. I grabbed 1 Heavy Ball and 1 Volcarona V. Okay. Let's assume that another 2 prizes on my bench is getting taken out. Let's say then I got freaking Gusted. Draw for turn. Bench that Blitzle. How many Volcarona V are in discard pile? Do you run super or Night? That's the question. I think maybe 1 of each is probably enough. There's 1 Volk here. That's it, okay. I think 1 of each is enough. Heavy Ball doesn't do anything. How many Zebstrika are in discards? Is there a Zebstrika in discards? If so, that's a little awkward. There's no Zebstrika in discards. Okay, so I can discard the 1 in my hands. So let's go for a Heat Factory. 1, 2, 3. I just benched this Blitzle here. I can't evolve that immediately. Let's use concealed cards to draw 2 more. Let's use Grant's effect to discard 2 more, and then Ultra Ball away to Grant. This is how powerful Grant is at hand finning, man. If you have a full hand and you don't have like a research or a sprint ready, you can just use Grant. Like very efficiently. Okay, the only Pokemon in my deck is that Volcarona V. Cool. Hold on, this list is cooking so hard. Hell yeah. Love to see it. You might want to go double Stretcher, honestly. Like 2 Stretcher, 1 Rod, or maybe even Quad Stretcher. I think Quad Stretcher is like not a bad idea if you run research. Quad Stretcher definitely makes your deck better if you have the space for it. You're not gonna run that many tech cards. I don't think I have many energies discarded, but I don't want to sprint this hand away, so let's just swing with Memories of Dawn. Let's see, this is 4. It's just 4 energy, yeah, so it's just 100 damage, unfortunately. Might take out like a single prizer or something, but hey. A little bit of an awkward hand. Should have probably sprinted before doing all the draw, because I didn't want to draw the other Zebstrika. Okay, so we're back on even pricing. And we're getting the fire energy from prizes, that's big. Let's say they don't have Gust, so Mew gets discarded, or Mew gets KO'd, sorry. Which means we have to push Volcarona V and draw for turn. Bench Zebstrika. Use Heat Factory. 1, 2, 3. Use concealed cards. 1, 2. Use sprint. Discard my hand and draw 4. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Fiery Flint and research. This is exactly what I needed this turn. Exactly what I needed. Now we can research this hand away, draw the rest of our deck. And then we can use double Grant. I don't even need the second Zebstrika. We can use double Grant to discard these 4 energies. Hell yeah. Yeah, maybe not double Grant actually. Hold on. I still need to attach an energy for turn. Give me a sec. Not double Grant. Attach a fire here. I was cooking a little too hard. And then steam up, I guess. Yeah, okay. Bruh, deck test just ate your Ursaluna. What? What the heck? What do you mean ate your Ursaluna? 5, 7, 9, 14, 16, 17. This is the max damage that we can do with this deck, which is 390 damage. 17 times 2 is 34, or 340, plus 20 is 360, plus 30 is 390. Pretty good. Pretty goddamn good. There we go. It just went poof. Not in deck, not in hand, not in discard. Hey, that means it's in prizes, Sam. If it's not in deck, hand, or discards, it's in prizes. Also, that was like a flawless setup. From me, you mean? Or from yourself in deck testing? Right. I think I'm gonna take Abuse this time. Wasn't there either? Oh, weird. Interesting. I think Limitless might trip sometimes. From yourself, of course. Okay. Yeah, you would never compliment me. The only compliment you would give my way is the words, "You are cooking." There we go. Shuffle, shuffle. Yeah, I'm gonna go take this time to go for a piss and refill my water bottle. You should probably do similar things if you're currently watching. I'll even put the break command in this time. It's not about Pokemon break, it's about... There you go. It's about actual breaks. Let's go. This deck is real? Hell yeah, I'm so glad for you. I'll be right back. Alright gamers, I'm back. I'm looking at the list right now. It feels weird to see 4 tools in the list without any Arven. It feels really weird. Not gonna lie, but I like the list. For sure. I do think like 1 Arven definitely won't hurt. I think the recovery might be a little bit too light. Why are we still running Cornerstone? Is Cornerstone really mandatory in this list? I'm unsure. I'm asking a lot of questions right now. Maybe a one-off Pelpad could be alright. I do think I like the energy count of 10. I think 10 is like an alright amount of energy. Fighting Gong would be so nice. Oh yeah, for sure. You could just replace Ultra Ball with Fighting Gong. Like Quad Ultra Ball can just go and just grab 4 Fighting Gong. Because you don't mind nest balling for your other, your non-fighting basic Pokemon. Because you probably want to get them right away. Air Balloon is getting cut. Okay. I was about to say, looks like Air Balloon doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. In a deck with basic Pokemon that already are affected by Latios. I mean, if you're not running Balloon, maybe a one-off switch is interesting in case you're getting like Retreat Lock by Ogerpon or something. You want more Pokemon search? If you want to, you can include like a one-off Brock Scouting. Not that that's useful, I think. Actually, I don't think that's useful at all. More Pokemon search. Interesting. Now I'm in the era where I get Discord notifications because I didn't put myself at Do Not Disturb. God damn it. Give me a sec. Also, Strategic is DMing me. Let's see what he's DMing me to me. Am I available for some deck building on Friday? Help on Friday evening, preferably after 4:50. Thursday same time or both. No idea what's good. Okay, yeah. I'll respond to him after stream. But yeah. You don't know if Countercatcher is worth. I think Countercatcher has merit. I think in like difficult matchups where you're up against like Guardy or something, I think Countercatcher is kind of like invaluable in some of those matchups. Switching to Prime. Okay. But if you're going to Prime, that means you don't have Box anymore. And I think Box is like kind of important to help you establish your Pokemon search early on as well. Although Box is better in a deck that runs Arven. That's the thing. Box is a lot better in a deck that runs Arven. You can't really run Artisan. Like, the only Artisan legal card that you want to bench is probably the Hitmonlee, which is really awkward. You could consider running Monkey-Dory and a few Darks, but I don't think that's worth for the deck space. Is there more Pokemon search? You could consider... Hey, listen. Genius idea. Genius idea. You could consider Mesagosa. What about it? Huh? Like, Mesagosa is unironically like not a bad shout for this deck, I think. What do you think? You were thinking of that? That's so funny. That is so funny. I love that. Or if you want to, you can include a thick Mamoswine EX line, but I don't think that's worth. Or like a 101 Mamoswine. What you really want is Pokestop unironically. Oh, I can see. Yeah. Like, if you run like Quad Stretcher, I guess you could run Blender as your A-spec, so you can like have aggressive Pokemon search that way. Just go Blender Stretcher for stuff. I think that's like not a bad idea. Although the thing is, finding Blender might be difficult. Although if you run Arven, then I guess Arven solves all your problems. I do unironically think that at least 2 Arven is not terrible for your deck. But I'm unsure. Arven also helps you get your heavy batons on time, so I don't think Arvin Box is a bad idea either. But you said you said that you don't need box, which kind of feels crazy to me. You don't need box. I feel like every deck wants box. Store torn between Bell or Gear. Yeah, I would definitely say Bell, because you're also running other supporters. You're also running other supporters, and even if you like find your call bells later in the game, they're still great Ultra Ball fodder, so it's not the worst thing in the world. It's also great Earthen Vessel fodder. I would definitely say Bell over Gear in this deck. Because you want to find that specific Poppy turn 1, of course, going second. Alright, let's flip another coin. I'm not going to do a setup yet because there's an ad playing, but I should have played the ad earlier. I'm sorry about that. Let's roll the die. It's heads, so that means I'm doing a going first game. I don't mind going first with this list. I think either going first or going second is really fine. Going second is a little bit harder because you need specifically Mew inactive with Fire and Volk on bench, but it's not that hard to find. Unless your Mew is prized, or like 3 of your Volks. Then it's a little bit harder to accomplish. If you guys have any other like expanded decklist ideas for me to try out here, please let me know. I'll see if I can like make it work. Yeah. Let's grab an opening 7 and hope we don't have a mulligan. Ooh, big yawns. Okay. Oh yeah, that's actually kind of like the ideal Pokemon for me to open turn 1 going first, so I don't mind that at all. Opening Guzma and Research is a little awkward, and Grant, if I'm going first, but sure, I'll take it. There we go. A draw engine would be swag like Rat Ninja. Hey, have you heard of the card Solrock and Lunatone from Mega Evolution? Have you heard? I think Solrock Lunatone is maybe like a good engine for you. That would, honestly, if you go Solrock Lunatone, that would enable Artisan to be more active for your deck. So I think maybe going that round, like Solrock Lunatone with Artisan, like 1 or 2 Artisans, they aren't out yet. True, they aren't out yet, but neither is Fighting Gong, and we're like theory crafting right now, right? If you want this to be playable now, then I guess rip your draw engine. You can consider Revavroom if you want, but Revavroom is a little awkward, in my opinion. Or the Dunsparce. I think either is fine. If you go to Dunsparce, you might want to run Enriching Energy. If you go Revavroom, I don't know what you want to run with that. Sure. Those are like the only 2 I can think of. Okay. That would actually benefit your deck, I would say. Draw for turn. Okay, we find the Volk. I think I'll definitely bench the Volk. I'm not entirely sure on that, actually. I think I'd rather Fiery Flint away the Volk and the Fire, because I'm not in a hurry to find the Volk. His hand is really dead. There's no Quick Ball or Ultra Ball, unfortunately. So I'm really vulnerable to getting donked here. So maybe I should not discard actually discard Volk. I'm not going to discard the Volk. I'm going to choose something else. I'm going to choose to discard Grant. I think that's not a bad shout. You have a full deck that you're testing with. You want to have an ironed out list, and then Fighting Gong will be the sauce that makes it food. Good. I mean, food also makes sense in that sentence, doesn't it? Oh my god, stop fucking around, Noah. I know I haven't price checked, but I'm gonna do that by just turning over the prices right now. I don't care. God, the shuffling is so ASMR. You'll try Trolley? Oh yeah, Trolley's not bad either. I mean, Trolley's kind of troll if you're trying to do the Ursa stuff, but not the worst thing ever. Let's see, we price Blender, Fire, Research, Flint, Grant, Volcanion-EX. We're definitely gonna use Grant's effect to discard 2 more fire energy from our hands. And I'm definitely gonna play the Volcarona V. And attaching to the Volcarona V for turn. And that's my turn. They're probably gonna KO my active to go to 5 prizes. And I'll draw for turn. Okay, that's not really a great top deck if I'm gonna be honest. It's better than nothing though, and I can research right now. It's not terrible. You already have so much Ball Surge, you're trolling, back to box. Yeah, I was about to say, like, you have 4 nests for Ultra, how are you not happy with your Ball Surge? But I was like, okay, sure, if you want more Ball Surge, I'll look for you. I was so confused. As if you find it, you have to combo, basically. Oh, yeah. Exactly. You can just go for, like, off of the box, you can just grab, like, Vessel Poppy. And then, like, Heavy Baton and Gravity Mountain. And then you just basically need the Tinglu inactive and the Ursa on the bench. Or, like, the Ursa in your hand. Oh, nice. Heat Factory is really good. Let's Quick Ball first. What do we want to grab here from Quick Ball? Blitzle? Maybe the Dedenne. Squawk isn't active anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, if you have like Tinglu in your active, turn 1 going second, and you have like Blood Moon Ursaluna, Box, and 3 other cards in your hand to discard, then you're good to go, basically. Okay, let's go for Heat Factory, discarding this and drawing 3 cards. Oh, we find a Blitzle anyway, that's pretty hype. Okay, now we can Dedenne. Actually, I want to steam up first, and then go for the Dedenne change. Because I have Grant in discard pile already. So if I have fires in hand that I really want to discard, I can use Grants for that. It's Quick Ball for Radiant Greninja. Oh nice, it was on the bottom. Wait, why was there another app break? Was there another app break? Yeah, there was another app break. That was really weird. I'm so sorry, gang. I trolled. I don't know why I'm shuffling because I have Ultra Ball. No Zebstrika in prizes. There's none in discards. There's a Blitzle in discards. Why is there a Blitzle in discards? It's fine. It's okay. Let's Ultra Ball these away. Did I research this turn already? I think I did. Yeah, I did research. Okay. Let's Ultra Ball for Zebstrika. I think that's the best shout here. Actually, no. I should Ultra Ball for a Volcarona V because I need backup in case they KO active. Okay, you have a polished list sent? Hell yeah. I'll take a look after this match. It feels right. Oh boy. Let's go for the Surging Flames. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 260. Plus 20 is 280, plus 30 is 310 damage. Hell yeah. 310, baby! Have you practiced with the list already? Like, done some playtesting or not? Like, are you maybe put into late game situations that are a little awkward, or when a deck feels good, that's when it truly is good to play? Yeah, truly. Dude, aggro Ting Lu is so funny. You've been constantly doing setup turns on Limitless since we started. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. But have you also done later turns? Like resetting up a second Ting Lu after the first one died? That might be relevant. Okay, what did we grab from prizes? Because I don't recognize this. Oh, I got Blender and Research. Okay. Let's assume this goes down. Actually, they would never target my active Volcarona V if I have another one on the bench. They're probably going after Dedenne or Volcanion. Let's say they're going after Volcanion. That's actually more relevant here, I think. So they're going down to 3 prizes. Let's go for a Heat Factory. Discarding Fire, drawing 3. Evolve to Zebstrika. Quick Ball, or I think another Blitzle. Yeah. Quick Ball the way of Fire, but do I still have Fire in hand? I don't. Okay, so let's Blender. Discard some cards we don't need anymore, like Mew. There's one Zebstrika in the list, right? Yeah. Discard Squawk. And honest to God, I don't think I need the Rescue Stretcher either. Points. Don't need Hisuian Heavy Ball. Is there another Heavy Ball that I can ditch? No. Let's go for Fire Energy then. You have Heavy Baton. Oh yeah, that's right. You have Heavy Baton. That's so right. Yeah, okay. Never mind. But what if the Jamming Tower you? What if the Jamming Tower, man? There we go, discard those 5, research, discard my research, the 6 cards, 7, holy fuck, that's a lot of fire energy. Concealed cards, discard 1, draw 2. Oh my god, this is so nutty. This is so goddamn nutty, holy shit bro. Fiery Flint for 4 fire, discarding 2 fire. Ultra Ball away 2 fire. For Volcarona V. Yeah. Holy shit, you were overthinking Retreat Lock Threat since you have Penny, you don't need to switch. Oh yeah, you're so right. I mean, having a consistent way to find Penny is maybe important, but I don't know. Did you actually include Caldwell in your list or not? I wonder. Let's go for a sprint. Discard my hand and draw 4. Yeah, I drew a Zebstrika, that's not bad. Let's just attack with Surging Flames. Have I not? Oh yeah, no, the other grants and prizes. I was about to say, have I not discarded Grant yet? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Dude, this list cooks, bro. I just did 280 damage. I did discard Rescue Stretcher, but I don't really need Volcanion-EX anymore for the discard. Maybe I do need it for the damage, but not the damage, not discards. You went with Bell, okay, cool. You know, I wonder, for these decks that already run like 4 Nests, 4 Ultra, a bunch of Artisan, and still want more Pokemon Search, would you ever consider running Master Ball? I wonder. I don't think so, right? I truly think there is 0 decks that actually want to play Master Ball as their ace spec. Okay, yeah, we took the KO, grabbing 2 prizes. Okay, I got Grant and Research from this, I think. Grant and Flint, okay, cool. The most disruptive thing they could be doing here is KOing active. I think. Go to 1. Volcarona V again and draw. Let's go for Fiery Flint, discarding 2 fire. Actually, I want to discard Grant and a fire. Feels a little bit smoother. Go. Dude, I'm zooming with this list. It's crazy. box for Ultra Ball is like that number times better. I'm not gonna read that number out. Zebstrika. I do need to shuffle my deck. Dude, the amount of energy I'm about to discard right now. Holy fuck. There we go. So, Heat Factory, discard fire, draw 3. Place Heat Factory with my own Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth to discard 1, draw 2. Radiant Greninja concealed cards to discard 1, draw 2. Research to discard my hand and draw 7. I don't even need to double Zebstrika in this scenario. It's so funny. Because I can just go for a sprint here to discard my hand and draw 4. I can go for another sprint to this. I guess this does help, the double. Because now oh wait, no, don't do that, no. We need a Fire Energy to attach to the Volcarona. Holy shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. We actually solved Tinglu. 190 is like irrelevant damage numbers, so no BBT? What's BBT? Am I stupid? Every time I see BBP, I know that's Buddy Buddy Poffin. But what's BBT? I have no idea what BBT is. Oh, shit. I just dismounted my mic on accident. I'm so sorry. Hope that wasn't too loud. With testing, you found out finding a second Poppy after one has to get squawked is very sus with gear. Okay. Gotcha. So bell it was. Oh, Black Belt's training. You think re-adding the third baton or 2 baton 1 down store for stadium bump over Switch? Maybe. That's interesting. Anyway, let's see how much damage we're doing with this guy. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. 320 plus 20 is 340 damage. Not bad. Definitely enough to take a KO, surely, right? Surely. I mean, that KO is Palkia V-Star, bro. That KO is Kyurem VMAX. I don't care. If that shit KOs Kyurem VMAX, we Gucci, bro. The only other card you're considering is a Rocket Bomb. Rocket Bomb is very high, but once again, it's probably better if you have Arvins in your list. And I think if you flip tails on the Rocket Bomb, it's like actually not great for you. Because you don't run Monkey Dory. Ooh, pardon me. Alright, shuffle, shuffle. 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 I mean, if you flip heads, you can shut down a second Dracloak in 1 turn. I mean, if you do the attack, you can shut down 2 Dracloaks in 1 turn anyway, right? Because the attack does 150 plus 2 damage spread wherever you want, right? I don't know exactly what the attack does. Ooh, my bad. 150, 20 to a bench. Okay, is it like 2 damage counters to a bench or 20? Is it 20 damage or is it 2 damage counters? That's relevant. They really neutered Tinglu. Yeah, it's not spread. Okay. Let's flip another coin to see how this one goes. You flip heads, so it's another going first game. go. So going first, I feel more comfortable leading Radiant Greninja than rather than Volk, but I do want to put both down, I think. So we do bypass Shaman, which is relevant. It is damage counters, okay. So bypassing Shaman is pretty relevant. I mean, you don't bypass Rapscap, but like, who the fuck cares? Nothing bypasses Rapscap except for like Monkey Dory. So it's fine. I didn't even check the rest of my hand, so let's take a look. We got Grant, Fiery Flint, Volcarona V. Okay. Let's Fiery Flint away Grant and Fire. So we can take a look at the prizes. Fire and Ultra Ball. Fire, Volk, Grant. That's a little awkward, but I can make it work. So, you think you just auto-destroy Jolting Box? Oh yeah, 100%. Like 5,000,000%. It's a little scary if they like boss amp your Hitmonlee, but other than that, they don't really got any scary lines. Other than like sure, they can hit you for 300 with Pika, but then you got spread probably, so the Pika is not gonna survive a turn. You can easily one-shot Miraidon and Iron Hands. Yeah, it's not that scary indeed. Okay. Let's use concealed cards to discard Fire Energy and draw 2 cards. Nice! Found another Blitzle. We also have 2 Volcarona Vs in our hand. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I guess I'll bench another. Probably a little bit of a throw, but who cares? Attach a Fire here. And I'll use Grant's effect. Discard 2 Fire Energy from my hands. And I probably actually, what's better is to attach Retreat into Blitzle. And then pass here, so that they take out the Blitzle, hopefully. That's probably just a better line to keep the Greninja safe. Hitmonlee wouldn't touch the board in that matchup. Oh yeah, but if you have to lead it, then yeah, you're kind of cooked. Hitmonlee's damage to the bench, so it gets blocked by Terra Rule and Shaman. You can't pop a Pikachu. No, but you can pop the Pikachu with Tinglu, right? You can pop the Pikachu with the Tinglu, so it's fine. Okay, did I draw for turn? Yes, because this is my draw for turn, 100%. Scorched Earth 2. Heavy Ball is kind of relevant, I guess. Grabs me another Volcarona V, which I don't really need. Can I stop bricking, please? Please just give me a god. Give me a quick ball, please. I'm begging. Flint. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. I'm bricking. I mean, I'm probably still doing like sizable damage here. I'm probably doing sizable damage here still, so it's like not the worst thing in the world, but my board is useless. You would realistically penny your Hitmonlee. Yeah, okay, fair. That makes a lot of sense. But you can't do that turn 1, obviously. If you kind of have to lead Tinglu in active turn 1 or find Latias turn 1 in order for that to actually work. Okay. But since it's my second turn, I can play Grant. And then use Grant's effect, discarding 2 fire from my hand to play it again. I will bench Volcarona V and I'll attach fire here. Probably better than not bench this actually. Yeah, let's count how much damage we're doing with Surging Flames. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Holy shit! We're still actually like doing 240 damage here. I did not expect that. That's really funny. To be fair, I had 2 flints, so it makes sense. Over 2 turns. Penny is huge, since you can pick off Squawk off the board. Oh yeah. So big. So big. Needing to lead Tinglu or having Latias is one of the reasons you wanted heavy Pokemon Surge. That's fair. Yeah. That's very fair. I don't think Artisan is worth in that deck specifically, but it makes sense. But 4 nests for Ultra is probably enough, right? Surely. Alright. So we're doing 240 damage. It's probably enough to grab a 2-prizer. Like if they have a Regidrago V inactive, that shit's dead. I think you'll go for Town Store since Jamming Tower ruins your fun. Oh yeah. Jamming Tower is so bad into you if you try to do heavy baton stuff. Got Grant and Fire from prizes. Okay. It's a little awkward. This probably gets KO'd for 2 prizes, so let's push Volcarona V and draw. Bench another Volcarona V. I'll Scorched Earth to discard the Fire Energy and draw 2 cards. I finally got Quick Ball, holy shit. It's a little too late for Squawk, but we can still do a Dedenne turn. I think the Dedenne is worth here. We just need to see more. We just need to see more. But I love how good my mass shuffle has gotten over the past few months. It was like absolutely trash, my in-person shuffle, but it's actually been getting a lot better. Not having third baton with tool removal in format is sus, but hopefully you can just outbase since it's literally Turbo Tinglu. Yeah, probably. Tool Scrapper's a little scary, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, let's go for Dedenne. DD change to discard my hand and draw 6. The Grants in discard are going to be very happy about that. 4, 5, 6 with a Blender. Not sure if I want to play that yet. I do have research here, so I can Quick Ball for something interesting here. Cool Pokemon, maybe Blitzle. I think Blitzle's probably the play. Either Blitzle or Volcanion, but I think Blitzle's fine. And since I have double Grant in my discard pile, I don't know why I'm shuffling, by the way. I think it's fine to attach the Fire from hand here. I didn't want to shuffle because I have Blender. Can discard Squawk, and there's another heavy ball in here that I can discard. We can discard Scorched Earth as well. I need to check what else is in discard here with Pokemon. There's a Blitzle in here, so I can discard a Zebstrika here as well. I'm gonna research away my Zebstrika in hand, so actually no. It's not a good idea. Is it just 2 Fire Energy angle here? I don't think need Guzma in this matchup, neither Mew. Let's go ahead and discard those. The Guzma discard is maybe a little bit of a throw, but kind of need to at this point to go Hyper Turbo. There we go. Yeah, let's research. 7, 5, 7, yep. Concealed cards for 2 more. Oh, nice, another Blitzle. That's big. Do we want a Quick Ball for something else to Finn? Probably do. Volcanion is an idea. It's the only legal target, but... Wait, we want Devo? Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right, we do want Devo. How did I not think of that? I think you want like 2 Devo at the very least, right? Maybe you even want Quad Devo. I think that's a little excessive. I think 1 Devo is probably fine. Or maybe 2. I think 2 is probably a sweet spot. Let's see. Anything else we want to do here? Or can do here? Let's use Grant's effect to discard a Fire and a research. I'm not gonna need these. Next turn, probably. Let's use Surging Flames. Oh, whoopsie. move the lighting. Is the lighting fine actually? I think that's better. What do you cut for Devo? You have how many Bravery Charms in deck right now? I feel like Bravery Charm is probably like the card to cut, if I had to be honest. I feel like Bravery Charm might be like the card to cut. Cut Mountain for Devo or cut one of two stretchers for. I don't cut the stretchers. I would say like either one Mountain or Charm. Let's see, this is 8, so that's 180 damage. That actually probably doesn't kill Superizer. Boy. Oh boy. Get a fire from prizes. Let's assume they boss KO my Dedenne for 1. Yeah, this is not looking great, because I didn't hit the good damage last turn. Let's evolve into Zebstrika, bench Volcanion. Fiery Flint away, Grant and Fire for 4 fires. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe down to 2 research? Maybe. It's an idea. Ultra Ball for 2 fires to get to Zebstrika, number 2. It's an idea. Sure. Scorched Earth, draw 2. These don't do anything anymore. Discard Scorched Earth. Factory in play. Use Heat Factory. Draw 3. Holy shit, no energy found here. That's a little bad. Wait, want to Rescue Stretcher anything? I don't think so. Let's just rip the research on this hand. To draw 7. We only have this, unfortunately. So let's conceal cards. I can't actually use concealed cards because I have no cards in deck. That's how that works. I can use Steam Up. And I can use Grant to discard these 2 instead. That works. This is kind of like Marnie's Grooves on meth, yeah. Do you gamble down to 3 Poppy? No. Never go down to 3 Poppy. 100% never go down to 3 Poppy. This probably is not enough. Or I mean, it's probably enough for the KO with like 7, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, it's 16. Which is like enough for a KO here, but I still need 3 prizes. So this is they're definitely gonna KO something. Surely. Surely. I think you could make a pretty cool commander deck with Volcarona V. You run like Brilliant Blender, Battle Compressor, Fiery Flint, like a similar build to this, but like not with the Zebstrikas, of course, but like with the Volcanion. Actually, you probably need Volcanion-EX as a commander for this, probably. So you can also run Basculegion. You have double Callbell. I would say keep 4 Poppy, double Callbell, because then you have 6 outs to... No, you have 7 outs, because you also have Box. Yeah. 7 outs is good. 7 outs is good. Maybe you can get away with only 1 boss. No. No, keep 4 Poppy, double Callbell. I mean, if you want to, you can cut the Callbells, but I think that kind of takes away from the idea of the list. I would say... Because you currently have 2 stretchers, 1 rod, right? I think you can maybe cut 1 stretcher. Maybe. Feels a little awkward, because if you prize some of that recovery, it might bite you in the butt. 9 energy sus, yeah. I know. Maybe you can go down to Treating Lu rather than 4. I think you can maybe go down to Treating Lu. Right? I mean, if we're really sus on the counts, we can always run Ticket if we want to. So, that's an idea. I don't think I got much more energy in me to play another round, so I'll just plop this guy down here and I'll guide you guys to another Twitch stream, most likely. Thanks for watching, everyone, though. I'll check out the final build after. Oh, wait, they're still finalizing the builds. Yeah, Treatings feels alright for this. Oh boy, wait. I'm constrained. Constricted. Shackles can't hold me. The shackles that are called wires on my keyboard. They're not on my keyboard, they're on the floor. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I'll check if there's someone that we can raid. Let me just close that so I can actually listen in on raids. I think raiding Lee is probably cool. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Make sure you check out the Commander Showcase match at the end of this week, the 24th of August. Are you guys so fucking hyped for it? I am so fucking hyped for it. I am so fucking hyped for it. I hope you guys are too. There you go. Thanks everyone so much for hanging out, and I'll talk to you guys later.